Season's greetings. What an awesome day it is. An awesome season also. This is Reality Lab Online TV coming to you on YouTube and via Facebook. For those following us, I know you might be getting used to the untold stories, but for today, we will be substituting that for a very important aspect moving further, because we can't go forward without you knowing the brains behind Reality Lab. So without much ado, why not go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll get an awesome time, I assure you. So, when the captain's idea of the voyage is scanty, members of the crew are doomed to fail. Of course, so today on the table, we're having a discussion with the brains behind Reality Lab. Of course, you must be seeing them all this while, but you don't know who are actually behind this. And so, of course, today we're having one ardent soul in our midst. He will start by introducing himself and telling us who he is actually and the Reality Lab process.
Hello everybody, and season's greetings and a happy new year in advance. I am Daniel Jonathan Bangura, Danny Banks to short, and I have been the host for the Reality Lab talk show, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Reality Lab TV, and it has been a blessing working with all of my guys.
Okay, so of course, as you've heard, Danny is the visionary of the Reality Lab Online TV. So Danny, to start with, as one of the brains, I will mention the brains because of course today we're having Just Take Root, and also time is actually assured. We're having other discussions with other brains, part of the Reality Lab process. But Danny is actually the visionary behind the Reality Lab process. So Danny, tell us, what's actually the goal of Reality Lab Online TV? You've started and it's going for a year now.
Yeah.
People will want to know what's the actual goal.
The drive of Reality Lab TV has always been purpose. One of our main drive is purpose. We have been so energetic and focused in helping young people to identify and discover themselves, and also help them in the point of fulfilling their divine or God-given potentials. So that is what is the main drive behind Reality Lab. All the talk shows, all the interviews, and every other content coming up is geared around helping young people to discover themselves and fulfill purpose.
Helping young people out. And before going further, I want you to break the word purpose for us, because listeners out there may want to know what's actually you're trying to drive at.
So your first question is how?
Yes.
So when Reality Lab talk show started, we started with teachings that we are edifying to young people, that we help people. We started a topic like the power of planning, how to discover purpose, identifying purpose, understanding purpose. All of those teachings, they're all on our YouTube page, and if someone would like to understand better, I think they'll check it out. And also our Untold Stories, this was the season 2 of the Reality Lab talk show, was geared around coming in with people that have underwent success, underwent problems, gone through challenges, and we use their stories to be able to impact young souls out there. And these are some of the ways we have been helping young people to discover themselves. And personally, as a team, we have been meeting with different young people, and we have been drawing them into the different content development of our team and other programs that we have been coming with. And when we talk about purpose just simply means the reason for your existence. What are you here to do? Why are you here? What makes you a man, or what makes you a woman, or what makes you a person or a being living on earth?
Okay, so this is actually good, a very good one, because when you look through within the confines of our society, you actually know that Sierra Leone needs this, we actually need this, and for beyond, not only Sierra Leone. And so, what are the principles Reality Lab rests on?
So first and foremost, one of our first principles is God. We really and truly believe in God, that He is the fountain of our knowledge, He is the fountain of our ideas, and He directs and leads us on whatever we do. So in whatever we do, we go back to Him as the fountain, as the sole proprietor of everything.
The captain.
We do. Yes. And secondly, of course, I already said it, that purpose, these are Him. We want to fulfill purpose, and we want to in turn help young people to be able to discover themselves and fulfill their purpose as well. And thirdly, we so much work on intellectual beings. We help people and we train people to read. We help people to go into their various talents and work on them. So we believe in intellectualism. So to help people to grow with their intellect. So these are few of our principles that we have inhabited within the realitylabtv scope.
So if I'm not mistaken, this has gone for how many months now?
From April, I think so it's about 8
months. Yeah, I'm sure of that.
Yes,
so how has this
about
process
8
been?
months.
Because you just mentioned tackling young minds, trying to bring them to full purpose discovery and all and sort. So how has this process really been?
It has been bittersweet. Relatively sweet, because for whenever you are fulfilling your purpose, no matter the challenges you face, it becomes joyful. It becomes a joy to you. It becomes something that you just feel fulfilled to do with it. So in the midst of the challenges, like getting equipment for shooting videos and our content timings and all of that, balancing academia with this and with church work and all the stuff around us, it has been challenging. Gathering young people together to do different things in the scope of the realitylabtv, it has been difficult. Yet, it has been sweet, because when you gather people to fulfill their own potentials, their own purposes, as I said, it brings fulfillment. So the fulfillment is the joy that proceeds out of all of this. So the joy is always surmounting to the negatives.
Okay, so of course, if you're following us, I hope you're getting something out of this. But it was Martin Luther King Jr. who maintained that if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. Or if you can't walk either, then crawl. But whatever you do, you gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
So I'm very certain Reality Lab is going to move, Danny. So this will be very short, of course. This will be the ultimate question. Of course, there are other brains behind Reality Lab who would like to bring in this program today. But what's on for Reality Lab? You've been following the program. You've started with talk shows. Later on went to Untold Stories, which is still going on. And of course, there are other things cooking. Because if you want to really target on all what the principles and goals you've mentioned, I mean, you've got to do more. And there are a lot of things I know that are boiling. So let's unfold some of these things.
By the special grace of God, Reality Lab is going big and we're growing. And no matter what it takes, we'll keep moving on, as you just said. And we have the movie production at hand that is going to kickstart by the start of 2021. We also have other contents coming up, and we have other talk shows, different contents that are coming up, which I believe will be a surprise to you all. All we want you to do is to stay glued, subscribe to the YouTube page, like our Facebook page, and make sure you continue staying glued with us. And I believe those contents will be a blessing to all of us.
This is wonderful indeed. As I mentioned earlier, this will be exactly short, but of course, we're living now, and this is the end of the season, and of course 2021. And of course, what's your thoughts on this season and your final message to viewers out there?
Untold Stories will be continuing.
Be mindful of words, because this is a word from the visionary.
Untold Stories will be continuing, because it has been an impact so far on the lives of people. And as I said, 2021 is going to be big, because we are going to indulge a lot of content, spirit-filled content. We're going to indulge a lot of purpose-minded content, and that will be changing narratives in our country and the world at large. All I'm saying, keep staying glued, and you have the best for yourself.
Stay glued, that's the word. Of course, starting earlier, I mentioned there are other brains behind this Reality Lab process. Of course, Dan will rest for a while. Till we meet 2021. But of course, we'll have other brains that we will feature in this program. Stay for a short while as we come back. Welcome again, viewers, and for you joining us today on the program. Your Untold Stories is not here, but these are stories untold also. But today we are having the brains behind Reality Lab online TV, and so here's another brain. To start with, tell us your name and your role in the Reality Lab process.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Victor Samuel Kamara, manager at Reality Lab.
Wow. Manager is a big word. Oh.
Yes, so
So, of course, having the vision here behind Reality Lab a while ago, those of you who were part of us a while ago, you heard the voice of the vision here, Mr. Daniel Jonathan Bangua, and he mentioned targeting young souls have been a paramount drive during the Reality Lab process. And here we have the manager. As the manager, Mr. Victor Kamara, tell us, how does it feel to be the manager of Reality Lab Online TV? Because I know you must have been managing for a while now. Yeah. And not only managing things, I mean. The visionaire mentioned, of course, talk shows and now untold stories and all. And of course, throughout the crew, we mentioned also that we have so many young minds who are part of this body. So how does it really feel to be the manager of this entity?
well, I must say it has not been easy so far. But first, I would like to say thanks to God Almighty for giving us the grace, to do this. But as you rightly mentioned, it has not been easy working with young people, trying to focus their energy, their attention in these busy days of ours, my friend. Everyone has his own ways of doing things, So you are there at that pivotal role, trying to bring things at the center, trying to, say, okay, now we have this. This is the direction that we want to go. Bring your points, bring your analysis, bring your view. Let's see. And at the end of the day, you must try to balance each and everyone's, point of view, perspective, so that nobody will feel less of a person when bringing his own idea. So it's very crucial. It's a crucial task. But at the end of the day, I feel fulfilled. I feel blessed.
Okay, so you feel fulfilled, of course, just as you said. Yeah. So what's your personal assessment? How has this journey been?
Well,
personal assessment.
You mean
I
the
should
impact?
Not be asking you this.
The impact.
Yes. Yes.
So,
I'd like people to know.
All right. So, well, this vision is from God, I must say, and we are just the vessels. God has been doing the work. So, for any content that we share, we try to make sure it is one, God-centric, and two, it's for the betterment of people. Like when we send out our content, let it impact people. We don't want just to do things because we have the time, we have the energy, we have cameras. No, we are mainly focusing on the impact that we are giving to people. So day in day out, releasing content. As normally, we receive feedback from people. Oh, I was blessed by this. I was blessed by this. This has helped me to change my perspective. This has helped me, to change the way that I used to see things. So I think it has been positive so far.
Has this goal been partly achieved?
Yes, it has. It's funny, right? We even surpassed the initial goal. Yeah, because starting this show.
The initial goal, what was it?
Just to have a talk show, but now the vision has expanded. Now we are having Untold Story. When we started in April, Untold Story was not part of the initial goal. We were okay, let us just be teaching about purpose, about this, about that. But at the end of the day, now we are having Untold Story. Things are getting more bigger. Wow. So we have achieved.
So this is very good. Borrowing the words of those of you with us, borrowing the words of the visionary behind this, I mentioned for 2021, Vision 2021, Untold Stories will continue, of course, and he mentioned movie production and all other things, content. He is certain will bring people together and push in achieving a goal Reality Lab was created for. So, asking you now, your Vision 2021. My question will be around what lies ahead with regards to management.
So now, walk on the streets of Freetown, you will find out that we are not in lack of ideas. young people have ideas. We are not in lack of energy. We are not in lack of time. We are just in lack of direction. The train to get us where we want to be. So now for 2021, it's going to be huge. I must say, it's going to be big. Subsequent programs will be coming up, to meet other categories of people. Because for now we are just doing the talk show and untold stories. Now these two shows are, meeting two categories of people, and there are several categories of people. What about the guys, in the streets? What about the hoodlums? What about, the lady that just got pregnant that says she's not going to school anymore? So we're trying as much as possible, to cater for each and every category in our society.
This is wonderful. Let me hold you right there. But targeting all these you've mentioned is not a day's job.
Nope.
So what's the support force? Is there any support force behind this? You targeting salon small but not too small back home?
Yep. So managing this, it has been a mixture of sweet and burden. This is one of the burden you have mentioned. Now we have the ideas. Now we have the energy. We have the time, to think.
And you want to actualize it, but
yes,
manpower.
Yes, finances is not there. The country that we live in. I try not to have this entitlement mentality, but we are trying our best to show people that we are here for serious business. We are here to achieve dreams. We are here to, change the narrative that we have once had before, that young people are not able to do this or this or this. So, God being our helper, I think that we can achieve all that.
Okay, so if you are actually with us, this conversation has been really, really wonderful. Talking to Master Victor Kamara, the manager of Reality Lab Online TV, and he has just mentioned with regards the management aspect, what he has done so far and what lies ahead. But of course, he mentioned they need our support and all other things, but that will come later. Finally, what's your final message to people? Of course, giving us, this is 2020, the end of 2020. We're entering 2021 now in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I'm certain of that.
Amen.
So, what's your thoughts on the season, on this year so far, and your final message? What would be your final message to people out there so you can make that known to them?
2021. Don't expect 2021 to give you everything, but give it everything. Do not be a pressure to your fellow man, in the sense that if you see party they sell paper on the street, not the Bella farm, put 5,000 in your pocket, buy and move along and go do your own business. Because at the end of the day, we are all trying to make ourselves valuable. We are all trying to prove a point that we are useful in society. So as we enter into the year, please be mindful of what you do to yourself, because you deserve better, and the person next door deserve better as well. So I think that's my piece of advice for young people.
Borrowing his words, so you're saying 2021 should be a supportive year.
Supportive.
We should all support each other, and of course, your support counts also for Reality Lab TV, just as the manager here, Master Victor Kamara, has just mentioned. So stay glued. We aren't going. We have another brain. So then our brains they will get now of the Reality Lab. Stay glued as we come back for more. And so here we go again. Of course, I mentioned earlier that today we'll be featuring brains, and these are not only brains, but brains who are part and have been part of the Reality Lab process, of course. And so, of course, we have the only female member of the team so far, which we'll be interviewing today. And of course, there are other brains. Of course, finishing this video, you get to know them, and as time goes by, you will know them all. But of course, what's your role as the, first of all, welcome and to this talk show. And of course, what's your role as the only female member of the Reality Lab Online TV? When I mean the only female brain, of course, these are the executives, and of course.
Okay, good afternoon, beautiful people, viewers. I am Margaret T.I. Bakasosongumbura, and I am the head for the Reality Lab movie production. And well, my role, I will say, it's actually to see how best we will work together as a team to give out a better production, better movie production to the people of Sierra Leone and to a greater extent the universe as a whole, because our utmost aim is to see how best we will preach the gospel of Jesus Christ and how far the gospel of Jesus Christ will reach. So I think because we were told to go out and preach the gospel and no single method was mentioned, so we think through movies also we could captivate the minds of people and bring them close to the knowledge of Christ. So far I think that's what we are working towards, and that's what I am fast-tracking.
Okay, so
together with the team.
This is going to be a Christian-based movie.
Yeah,
Christian.
sure.
Okay. So of course, when she mentioned movie, I know most of you out there are very, very curious in this particular aspect, and of course, movie production entails a lot.
Sure.
That's one. Two, a whole lot of viewers are interested in this particular set of action, and in doing this also, I know you really need that manpower, extra support. Of course, the populace, each and everybody is going to be involved when it concerns movie production, a very, very big word.
Sure.
So, how is this going to happen? What are the methods? The methods already set to actualize this goal, movie production.
Yes, methods are there, and we've been working behind the scenes, yeah, and we're looking forward to a better year, 2021. For me, I think we don't need much, because our utmost aim is to preach God's word, and we believe with Christ we can get anything we want. And that's, I mean anything, like in everything we could get through Jesus Christ. So we are believing and we are trusting God that come 2021 we'll be able to bring out, to showcase something that will be more unique, that people will get to appreciate.
Okay, so there is one question I really want to ask. Of course, we all know, we're all in Sierra Leone, and when it involves movie production, we all know how to a wider extent, I mean the citizens or people in this country actually patronize foreign movies and so on and so forth. So what are you really going to do to captivate people, to bring them to be watching a Sierra Leone based production? What are the plans set for that?
Yes, I think all of us do watch foreign movies, and one of the things I've learned is the fact that some of these movies are being produced in a higher standard, the qualities are good. So we are working towards that. It's not a challenge. Our motive is to see how best the message is being preached and how far it will reach. So, but we'll try to look how best, how technically we could work to bring out a better production that people will love to watch, and we'll see how far we could go to market it, in marketing it, and how people will come out, or people will yearn to see what we're doing.
Okay, so you just mentioned that there are plans set up to really actualize this goal. But I want you to know, in Sierra Leone, there are other movie productions who have tried. I won't say they failed, but they've had problems along the way and so on and so forth. So how is this going to be different from these other movie productions who started but are for now having other issues and so on and so forth?
Okay.
This will be the penultimate question, of course.
Yes. I think when we started, I mentioned gospel, I mentioned message, I mentioned Jesus Christ. So one thing I want us to learn, this is purely a Christian-based production. And the utmost standard is Jesus Christ. This is a ministry. It's not just some sort of production. And I mentioned we're not here for competition. We're here to preach the gospel. This is a ministry.
Yeah.
And I guess you know there are singing ministries and people that are into, of course, in the fivefold ministries. This is some sort of evangelism, yeah. So this is a ministry, and it won't stop. we are trusting God that it will grow each and every day. It will go to height.
Okay, so this is really, really wonderful. And I think a whole lot of viewers out there who are listening to this are very, very, very particular about this and may want to watch where this will take them or take us or take you. And so for this reason, what will be your final message? Of course, this is 2020. We enter in 2021 now. Where is to go? And of course, 2021, I know the set plans are for 2021.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on this season so far? All your plans and so on and so forth. And what's your final message to viewers out there? Maybe you would like to anticipate their support and so on and so forth. So
yeah, sure.
them now.
Yeah, sure. I will want to anticipate their support, in as much as our desire is to see how best we will get each and every youth to be on fire, to get burning for Jesus, for God, and to be lovers of the gospel. To see how best they too will go out and fish others for Christ. So this year actually for me, I would say it's sort of an experimentation. Yeah, if you happen to give us this year, you need to be thankful. You need to stand out. It's sort of stepping up your game, you understand? You try to do things that will be useful. Strive towards people's fulfilling. You sit back and understand actually the things that have been endowed on you from Christ, from God, and gifts that you possess, and how to work on it to glorify God. Because we've seen a lot of mishaps, a lot of misfortunes, a lot of deaths, a lot of crises in a single year, a lot of young people dying, a lot of things going wrong. But we've survived this, and because of that, we'll talk about how best we could work on something that will be life-changing, that will be transformative for next year. And we'll see how we are looking forward to working with a lot of young people. And we'll also appreciate if older people try to join us, because it's sort of building a family that will bring others to Christ. And I want to wish each and every one of you, our viewers, a happy new year, and I'll pray that God will help us all to sail through 2021 and stay blessed and stay happy.
Okay, so this will be all, Maggie. Thank you for being part of us. We'll see in 2021 and see, of course, just what you've mentioned to viewers here, to me and to viewers, of course. They are anticipating a lot. So it's only left with you and the crew to do your bits, and they are assured, I'm very, very certain of that, an awesome 2021 by God's grace. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you.
All good things, they say, must come to an end. Of course, this is the end, but not the end, but the end of this particular session, of course. And we're moving into 2021. And I know you watching this, you'll be moving with us. But of course, just as you've heard from the brains behind the Reality Lab online TV, better things there for you all. And of course, I want you to stay glued to our online TV. And what you're going to do also is to subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook. And anticipate great and awesome time whenever you click to us. Till we meet next, I've been your host. Crispin Air Gauger is the name. Tata.